A woman walks out of a casino, her pockets weighted down with $847. Here's the surprise. She hadn't hit a massive jackpot, nor did she get fortunate on some lucrative bonus round. Even more astonishing, she only played using $100 of her own money. The strategy she employed is so fundamentally simple and, frankly, so counterintuitive that the majority of gamblers would never even consider attempting it. Yet, former casino staffers have definitively validated that this bizarre technique is highly effective, operating right under the noses of management this entire time. Before this video concludes, you will possess the precise knowledge to execute this hack yourself and understand the calculated reasons why casinos desperately want you to remain oblivious to it. Make sure you stick around, because at the end, I will be revealing the single most critical mistake that consistently sabotages this entire system for fully 90% of people who try it. So here's my question for you before we dive deep. Have you ever walked out of a gambling establishment genuinely richer than when you first entered? Be honest. Share a simple yes or no in the comments below. I'm curious to gauge how many of you are already ahead of the house. Let's dissect this unusual strategy that casinos actively suppress. The core error committed by the vast majority of patrons is simple. They enter, choose the most visually appealing machine, and immediately begin spinning. This is gambling driven purely by hope and immediate impulse, entirely devoid of foresight or strategy. Ex-casino employees confirm that this lack of planning is exactly what the environment is meticulously designed to elicit. Every detail, the flashing lights, the captivating noises, the complimentary beverages, is scientifically calibrated to bypass your prefrontal cortex, effectively shutting down logic and engaging primal emotion. However, a small, disciplined cadre of gamblers operates entirely differently. They employ a technique that industry insiders term the reverse play system. The concept seems so fundamentally opposed to winning that your initial reaction will likely be skepticism. Here is the hack. You are not playing to win, you are playing to not lose. Allow me to elaborate. A player named Jessica figured this out purely by accident. She had been visiting her local casino every weekend for approximately a year. She was a pleasant woman, worked as a school teacher, and enjoyed slots as a weekend hobby, but she consistently lost. Not huge amounts, perhaps $50 to $100 each visit, but cumulatively, it quickly totaled thousands of dollars vanished. One Saturday, Jessica walked in with $100, but she gave herself a new directive. Instead of actively trying to score a monumental win, she challenged herself to see how long she could possibly make that $100 last. That was her only goal. No chasing jackpots, no aggressive bonus hunting, just pure survival mode for her bankroll. She sat down at a low-volatility Cleopatra machine, placed a modest 40-cent bet per spin, and started playing with zero emotional investment. Crucially, whenever she won $20 or more, she would cash out instantly, securing that ticket and putting it immediately into a separate pocket. Then, she would return to her original $100 credit and continue playing. After 4 hours, something remarkable happened. She had successfully cashed out 7 different times. These were small wins, nothing thrilling. $23 here, $31 there, $18 on another spin. But when she tallied them all up at the cage, she found she had $247 in secured tickets. Furthermore, she still had $64 remaining from her initial $100 bankroll. Jessica walked out with $311 from a $100 investment, netting a $211 profit, and she hadn't activated a single bonus round during the entire session. Ex-casino floor managers who frequently observe player behavior suggest this hack is effective due to a factor most players fail to grasp. Slot machines are engineered to dispense small payouts, frequently enough to keep you mentally engaged and spinning. The casino's entire profit model relies on players immediately feeding those small wins right back into the machine instead of locking them in. When you interrupt that compulsive cycle, when you immediately remove those small wins from the table, you are effectively commandeering the casino's psychological trap and wielding it against them. But here is where this gets even better. The truly bizarre element that amplifies this hack's effectiveness is what you do with your player's club card. And this will sound absolutely nonsensical. Most gamblers mistakenly believe that using their player's card causes them to lose more money. They operate under the myth that the casino tracks their play and tightens the machine's payouts when the card is active. This is entirely false. Casino technicians emphatically confirmed there is absolutely zero connection between your player's card and the random number generator, RNG, that dictates machine payouts. However, here is what your player's card absolutely does do. It meticulously tracks every single dollar that cycles through that machine. And the casino utilizes this data specifically to send you free play offers. This is the hack within the hack. When you deploy the reverse play system, cashing out small wins repeatedly while keeping your original bankroll secure and separate, your player's card records hundreds or even thousands of dollars in total wagers. But you aren't actually losing money. You're constantly recycling the same $100 repeatedly, supplemented by the small wins you continually generate. The casino's central computer sees a dedicated player who wagered, say, $800 in a single session. Consequently, they send you a generous free play offer for $40 or $50 to ensure you return, completely unaware that you only risked $100 of your own capital and left with a profit. A player named Marcus elevated this strategy significantly. He realized that if he played this system consistently, showing up twice a week and maintaining the exact same careful method, the casino would quickly classify him as a regular and dramatically increase his offers. Within just 3 months, Marcus was routinely receiving $75 in free play every single week, supplemented by monthly offers for complimentary buffets, heavily discounted hotel rooms, and birthday cash incentives. He estimated that the casino was granting him roughly $400 a month in total promotional value. But here's the crucial point. Marcus was still strictly adhering to the reverse play system. He wasn't recklessly dumping his personal cash into machines hoping for luck. He was methodically grinding out small secured wins, cashing out repeatedly, and letting the casino reward him generously for play that was, in reality, profitable for him. Ex-casino marketing managers who specialized in player retention programs confirmed this constitutes a very real loophole. The casino's complex tracking systems are primarily built to identify your total wagered amount, not whether you are ultimately losing money. If you cycle $5,000 through the machines over the course of a month, but you are consistently cashing out small wins and managing to walk away ahead, the system doesn't flag this anomaly. It simply registers $5,000 in action and calculates your future offers based entirely on that colossal number. Let me provide another concrete example before we detail the step-by-step method. A player named Olivia committed to this system for 8 consecutive months. She went to her local casino every Tuesday and Friday afternoon, maintaining the same routine every time. Walk in with $120. Locate a low volatility machine. Bet small. Immediately cash out any win exceeding $25. Olivia meticulously tracked everything in a detailed spreadsheet. Every session, every cash out, and every free play offer utilized. After 8 months, her balance sheets revealed the following. Total money she invested from her own pocket was $3,840, 32 sessions at $120 each. Total money she cashed out was $5,023. That is a profit of $170 generated solely from the reverse play system itself. But wait, there's more. During those same 8 months, the casino sent her $680 in free play offers, $240 in food comps, and provided her with 2 complimentary hotel rooms, valued at $300 combined. When you aggregate all the value, Olivia generated $2,595 in total profit over 8 months simply by playing slots twice a week. And get this, her biggest single win during that entire period was a modest $184 bonus on a Buffalo machine. Everything else was small, stable wins ranging between $20 and $60, which she immediately secured. Ex-casino hosts who interact with dedicated regulars say Olivia's results are not the norm, but only because most players utterly lack the discipline required to stick with the system. The mathematics hold up and the strategy functions. What ultimately fails is human psychology. Now, before I present the exact step-by-step instructions for implementing this hack, let me elaborate on the one critical mistake that ruins it for the vast majority of people. If you falter here, the entire system collapses. The mistake is simple: greed. Players start successfully using the reverse play system. They cash out a $27 win, then a $35 win, then a $41 win. They feel fantastic. They are firmly ahead. And then the destructive thought creeps in. Just one more bonus round. Just one more big hit. They make the fatal error of putting that $41 ticket back into the machine. They start chasing, and within 15 minutes, every penny is gone. The small, secure wins they had so carefully accumulated vanish, and they find themselves right back where they began. A player named Robert did precisely this. He had utilized the reverse play system for 2 months and was up about $600 in total. But one night, he hit a substantial $280 bonus on a Buffalo machine. Instead of cashing out and leaving, he convinced himself he was on an unstoppable hot streak. He kept gambling. 2 hours later, he had lost the entire $280 plus an additional $150 of his own capital. Ex-casino employees report that this pattern happens constantly. The players who manage to make this system work over the long term are the rare few who possess the iron discipline to cash out and walk away, even when every fiber of their being screams at them to keep playing. So, here is precisely how you implement the reverse play system the correct way. This is the exact step-by-step method that players like Jessica, Marcus, and Olivia utilize to consistently walk out ahead. Step 1. Set your bankroll before you even enter the establishment. Let's say you decide on $150. That is your non-negotiable gambling budget for the entire session, not 1 cent more. Write it down if necessary. Set a reminder in your phone. Make this commitment firm and real. Step 2. Locate a low to medium volatility machine. You are searching for games designed to hit frequently, but which do not boast impossibly huge, top-heavy jackpots. Think classics like Cleopatra, Triple Red Hot 777, Quick Hit, the standard Buffalo Gold, or the regular versions of Wheel of Fortune, not the high-volatility progressive iterations. You need games that regularly pay 10 to 50 times your bet, not games chasing 1,000x payouts. How do you identify low-volatility machines? Examine the pay table. If the maximum top prize is listed between 500 and 1,000 times your base bet, and you notice lots of smaller winning combinations listed, that is your target. If the top prize is 5,000 times your bet or higher, with only a sparse listing of major winning combinations that signifies high volatility, walk past those. Step 3. Bet small enough that your bankroll can comfortably endure 200 to 300 spins. If you have $150, you should be betting 50 to 75 cents per share spin maximum. You absolutely require time for those small, critical wins to accumulate. This is vital. Most players bet far too aggressively relative to their bankroll and run out of capital before they can catch any significant winning cycles. Do the quick math right now. Take your total bankroll and divide it by 250. That resultant number is your absolute maximum bet per spin. If that calculated bet size feels too small or monotonous, Then you must increase your bankroll. Never increase your bet size. Step 4. Insert your player's club card always. Every single spin must be accurately tracked to maximize your offers. Before you spin even once, verify that the card is securely inserted into the machine and the screen confirms it has been accepted and is tracking. If you neglect this step, you are voluntarily throwing away future free money. Step 5. Play until you hit a win of $20 or more. The precise moment you achieve this, cash out that win immediately. Do not hesitate. Do not overthink it. Hit that cash out button, secure the ticket, and immediately walk to the cage or an ATM kiosk. Get that ticket converted into physical cash and place it into a completely separate pocket. That money is now off limits. It is no longer gambling money, it is secured profit. This is the single hardest step psychologically. You will hit that $24 win and instinctively think, that's not much. I'll just play a little more and see if it grows. Don't. Cash out. Physically walk away from the machine for a moment. Break the emotional connection. Step 6. Return to your machine or find a different one and continue playing using only your original bankroll. Repeat this exact process. Every time you hit $20 or more, cash out and secure it separately. You are systematically constructing a stack of small wins that the casino cannot possibly take back because they are already safely in your pocket. Step 7. Enforce a strict time limit. Let's say 3 hours. When your allocated time is up, cash out whatever credit remains in the machine and count your total haul. Your original remaining bankroll plus the sum of all those small pocketed wins equals your session's result. The first time you attempt this, you might only walk out with $30 or $40 profit. That may not sound exhilarating compared to chasing a $1,000 jackpot, but here is the perspective most players miss. That $30 profit represents a 20% return on a $150 investment achieved in just 3 hours. Do that twice a week, and you are generating $240 a month with virtually zero risk. And remember, the casino is tracking all that play and sending you valuable free play offers on top of it. Let me walk you through a detailed, real-life scenario using everything we've covered. You enter the casino with a firm $200 bankroll. First, you wisely refuse to sit at the first flashy machine near the entrance, as those are often set tighter because the house knows people will play them out of pure convenience. Instead, you take a purposeful lap around the floor, checking out areas near the table games, along the back wall, or close to the player's club desk. You spot a quick-hit platinum machine with good visibility and reasonable traffic. It is a low-volatility game, exactly what you need. You sit down and insert your player's club card first. The screen welcomes you by name. Excellent. It's tracking. You insert your $200 and set your bet at 80 cents per spin. This provides you with about 250 spins of playing time, which is ideal. You start playing. Within the first 30 spins, you hit a modest win for $17. Not enough yet, so you keep playing. 20 more spins later, you catch a line of symbols that pays $42. Immediately, you hit cash out, secure that $42 ticket, walk directly to the cashier cage, and pocket the cash. That is win number 1 securely locked in. You return to the same machine and continue playing with your original $200 credit that remains in the hopper. Another 40 spins go by. You hit a $28 win, cash out immediately, walk to the cage, pocket the cash, win number 2 secured. This pattern persists for the next 2.5 hours. You catch a $31 win, cash out, a $52 win, cash out, a $23 win, cash out. By the time your 3 hours are concluded, you have cashed out 6 times. The totals were $28, $30 into $50 was $23 and $38. The totals 214 Twizzlers and small wins pocketed separately. You cash out the machine one final time and discover you still have $147 left from your initial $200. Therefore, your session total is $147 plus $214 in cashed wins, equaling $361. You walked in with $200 and left with $361. That is a $161 profit secured, but it gets even better. Over the past 3 hours, you put through approximately $800 in total wagers. Your player's card recorded all of it. 2 weeks later, you check your casino offers online and find they have sent you $50 in free play and a $20 food comp. That is an additional $70 in value on top of your $161 cash profit. Ex-casino data analysts confirmed this is exactly what transpires when you use the system correctly. The casino's algorithms register a high play volume, so they reward you with lucrative offers to entice your return. But because you are consistently securing those small wins, you are not feeding the machine the way they anticipate. Now, let's discuss precisely why this hack works from a cold mathematical perspective. Ex-casino analysts and game designers have extensively detailed this in industry reports. Slot machines are precisely programmed with something called volatility. Low volatility machines are engineered to pay out frequently, but in smaller controlled amounts. High volatility machines pay out rarely, but in much larger sporadic amounts. The casino profits from both machine types because the return to player percentage, RTP, is invariably less than 100%, typically hovering between 88% and 96%. But here is the crucial insight. RTP is calculated over millions of spins. In the short term, during a single session, variance is what truly matters. Variance dictates that you can have lucky sessions and unlucky sessions. The casino's entire profit model hinges on players experiencing unlucky sessions and then feeling compelled to continue playing, pumping in more money in a futile attempt to win it all back. When you utilize the reverse play system, you are strategically capitalizing on lucky variance and simultaneously protecting yourself from unlucky variance. Small wins on a low volatility machine occur frequently enough that you can snag several of them in a typical session. By cashing them out immediately, you are locking in that lucky variance before the natural odds inevitably swing back the other way. Most players do the exact opposite. They allow their wins to sit in the machine's credit balance, they keep playing, and they effectively hand that beneficial variance right back to the casino when the action inevitably cools off. An ex-casino pit boss named David explained it this way. He said the casino's favorite customer is the one who hits a $300 win and then puts every dollar of it back into the machine over the following hour. That player feels like they had a marvelous time because they were playing with the casino's money, but they ultimately walk out with nothing. Meanwhile, the casino retains the full $300. The casino's least favorite customer is the one who wins $35, cashes out immediately, wins $28, cashes out immediately, and wins $41, cashing out immediately. That player is utterly frustrating from the casino's perspective because they are denying the house the crucial window of opportunity needed to win that money back. But here's the beautiful part. The casino cannot stop you from doing this. It is perfectly legal. You are not cheating. You are not manipulating the machine in any way. You are simply playing with acute intelligence and securing your funds when you are ahead. Now, there is a fundamental psychological element to this strategy that you must internalize. The reverse play system runs contrary to every single instinct most recreational gamblers possess. We are mentally conditioned to aggressively chase enormous wins. We crave that visceral rush of hitting a $500 bonus or staggering $2,000 jackpot. Small, incremental wins feel inherently boring by comparison. But ex-casino behavioral analysts confirm that this emotional craving is precisely why most players lose. The emotional high of chasing those large payouts completely overrides logical decision-making. You begin placing bets you cannot afford. You remain at machines far longer than you should. You delusionally convince yourself that the massive win is imminent if you just keep spinning. The reverse play system surgically removes emotion from the entire equation. You aren't chasing anything spectacular. You are simply methodically collecting small, consistent profits and fiercely protecting your core bankroll. It is repetitive. It is boring, but critically, it works. A player named Catherine used this system for an entire calendar year. She meticulously tracked every single session in a notebook, recording her total buy-in, total wins cashed out, total free play utilized, and her overall profit or loss. After 12 months and 96 casino visits, her annual ledger looked like this. Total money invested from her own pocket over the year was $6,400, approximately $67 per visit, playing twice a week. Total money successfully cashed out was $7,845. Total free play earned and subsequently utilized was $1,680. Her total net profit for the year, $3,125. Catherine made $3,225 in clear profit from playing slots over 12 months using nothing but the reverse play system, maximizing her Players Club benefits. And she achieved this without ever hitting a single jackpot exceeding $300. Her biggest single win during the entire year was a $287 bonus on a Dragon Link machine. Everything else was small, steady wins that she immediately secured. Ex-casino accountants who analyze player data concede that Catherine's results are rare, but not because the system is flawed. It's rare because almost no one possesses the necessary discipline to adhere to it. Most players try it for a few sessions, quickly grow bored with the small wins, and revert to recklessly chasing jackpots. But for the small percentage of players who commit fully to it, the reverse play system is one of the most reliable methods available to actually walk out of a casino with more money than you walked in with. Here is a bonus tip that extends this hack even further. Some casinos organize their Players Club programs into different tiers: bronze, silver, gold, platinum, whatever they happen to call them. As you successfully move up through these tiers, you unlock increasingly valuable benefits: higher percentages of free play, premium food comps, complimentary hotel stays, and priority event access. The mechanism used to move up in tiers is accumulating tier credits, which are generally based exclusively on your total wagering action over a specified period. For example, perhaps you need to wager $10,000 in a quarter to reach the next tier. When you faithfully use the reverse play system, you are generating massive amounts of tier credits without actually risking massive amounts of money. Remember, the casino is tracking your total bets, not your net losses. So, if you are diligently recycling the same $100 plus small wins repeatedly, you can easily generate $10,000 in recorded action over 3 months while only risking a few $100s in total. A player named Greg recognized this loophole and used it to climb from the basic tier to the platinum tier in 18 months. By the time he hit platinum status, he was receiving $250 in free play every month, complimentary hotel rooms every weekend, free buffets twice a week, and invitations to exclusive high roller events with free food and drinks. Greg calculated the total annual value of his platinum benefits at over $6,000 per year, and he accomplished this using the reverse play system, risking minimal personal capital while generating the high play requirements needed to level up. Ex-casino hosts who manage high-level players confirm this is entirely possible. The system is structurally designed to reward total action. If you are clever about generating that action without hemorrhaging money, you can absolutely reach the top tiers. Now, let's definitively address a few common questions and persistent myths about this system. Myth number 1, the casino will ban you if you keep cashing out small wins. False. Casinos absolutely cannot ban you merely for cashing out. That is fundamentally the entire point of gambling. You wager money. Sometimes you win, and you are entitled to take that money to the cage. It is legal. It is expected, and they cannot penalize you for it. The only time casinos ban players is for cheating or manipulation, and this is not cheating. You are simply playing smart. Myth number 2. The player's club card makes you lose more. We covered this earlier, but it warrants repeating. Your card has zero physical or digital impact on the random number generator that determines your wins and losses. Ex-casino technicians confirm the systems are completely separate and insulated. The card tracks your play purely for marketing purposes, but it does not influence your odds in the slightest. In fact, refusing to use your card is equivalent to throwing away free money in the form of comps and free play. Myth number 3. You must play high-denomination machines to make this work. Also false. You can effectively use the reverse play system on penny slots, nickel slots, quarter slots, anything. The essential factor is betting small enough that you can survive the inevitable dry stretches and successfully catch multiple small wins during your allotted session time. Denomination is irrelevant. Volatility and bet sizing relative to your bankroll are the only things that matter. Question 1. How do I know if a machine is truly low volatility? The most accessible way is to carefully examine the pay table. If the top prize is 500 to 1,000 times your bet or less, and the game frequently pays for small symbol combinations, it is likely low to medium volatility. If the top prize is 5,000 times your bet or more, and you frequently see long periods with zero wins, it is high volatility. You can also simply Google the specific game name plus volatility, and you will typically find player forums or analytical sites that list it. Question 2. What if I don't hit any wins over $20 during my session? Then you simply play until your time limit is reached or until you have lost your predetermined bankroll limit. Not every single session will be profitable. The reverse play system is not a guarantee that you win every time you sit down. It simply provides you with the highest mathematical probability of walking out ahead by capitalizing on the wins when they do materialize. Crucially, over time, if you stick with it, you will experience more winning sessions than losing sessions, and the influx of free play offers will tilt the entire equation even further in your favor. Question 3. Can I use this system on table games? Not effectively. Table games do not feature the same frequent small win structure that slot machines do. Blackjack, roulette, and craps are fundamentally different mathematical animals. This system is specifically designed and optimized for slot machines where small, predictable wins occur regularly on low volatility games. Now, here's the unavoidable dark side of this hack that I must address. The reason the majority of players will never successfully utilize this system long term. It is not exciting. It is not glamorous. You are not going to have a thrilling story about the time you hit a $10,000 jackpot using the reverse play system, because that is not the function of this system. It is specifically designed to meticulously grind out small, consistent profits over extended periods. If your primary reason for visiting the casino is pure entertainment, for the thrill, for the adrenaline rush of chasing enormous wins, this system will bore you to tears. You will feel distinctly like you are working rather than gambling. But if you are someone who visits the casino with the explicit goal of actually making money, or at the very least, avoiding financial loss, this system is one of the very few that genuinely works. A player named Daniel attempted the reverse play system for 6 weeks and then abandoned it. When asked his reasoning, he explained, "It felt like a job. I was spending 3 hours at the casino just to make $40. I can make $40 doing overtime at my actual job. I'd rather just play for fun and accept that I am going to lose." And that is an entirely valid perspective. If you are engaging in gambling solely for entertainment, then treat your losses as the cost of that entertainment. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that approach. But if you are someone who has been frustrated by losing hundreds or thousands of dollars at the casino and is searching for a real change, the reverse play system offers a concrete alternative. It is not as fun, but it demonstrably works. So here is your definitive action plan. If you want to put this hack to the test, the next time you go to the casino, bring a set amount you are absolutely willing to lose. Let's stick with $100. Find a low volatility slot machine. Bet small, perhaps 50 cents per spin. Play with your player's card securely inserted the entire time. Every single time you hit a win of $20 or more, cash out immediately and secure that ticket in a separate pocket. Continue playing using only your original $100 until your time is up or your bankroll is completely depleted. Track your results meticulously. Write down your starting amount, how many small wins you cashed out, and your final balance when you left. Do this consistently for 5 sessions and closely observe the results. You might be genuinely surprised. And remember, the casino is tracking all that sustained play. Within a few weeks, you will begin to see free play offers materialize in your account. That is extra, risk-free money added on top of whatever profits you made using the system. One final critical piece of advice from ex-casino employees: do not tell other players what you're doing. It sounds absurd, but other players will inevitably judge you harshly for cashing out small wins. They will say things like, "You're cashing out $30. Why bother? Just let it ride." Ignore them completely. They are the ones perpetually losing money. The reverse play system functions precisely because it violates the casino's psychological programming. You are conditioned to let your wins ride. You are conditioned to chase spectacular bonuses. You are conditioned to believe the big jackpot is just a few more spins away. When you decisively break that programming and begin playing with disciplined strategy instead of raw emotion, you completely flip the script. The casino's own internal systems, the players' club tracking, the frequent small wins on low volatility machines, they all suddenly begin to work in your favor instead of against you. It is weird. It is counterintuitive. It is boring. But it's the closest thing to a truly effective, reliable hack that actually works in any modern casino environment. So now I want to hear directly from you. Are you planning to try the reverse play system, or are you sticking with the thrill of chasing gigantic jackpots? Drop your answer in the comments below. Let me know if you are a disciplined grinder or a reckless chaser. No judgment either way. If this video profoundly changed how you approach playing slots, please hit that like button. If you desire more strategies the casinos emphatically prefer you didn't know about, subscribe and turn on notifications. And please share this content with your trusted casino crew. The more people playing smart, the better for everyone. Remember, play with your head, not your heart. Protect your bankroll fiercely. Cash out those small wins consistently, and I will see you at the slots. Good luck out there.